Welcome to another season of WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Here on our first show of the new school year, we'll speak with men's soccer coach Rolf Piranian, women's cross-country captain Molly Ortiz, and volleyball captain M.A. Boles. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. On a busy Saturday in Lexington, women's cross-country won the WNL Invitational, while the men finished third in their race. Volleyball went 3-1 at its home invite over the weekend, while men's soccer split a pair of overtime contests, topping Stevenson while falling to Dickinson. Field hockey dropped games to York and Johns Hopkins, and Hayden White won the third-place match in the A flight of the WNL Men's Tennis Invitational. On the road, the football team picked up a 28-6 victory over Sewanee. Women's soccer also traveled down to Tennessee this weekend, falling to Sewanee but beating Rhodes in overtime at the University of the South tournament. I'm joined now by men's soccer coach Rolf Piranian. Rolf, welcome back to the show.
It's always good to be here.
Your team has won 3 of its first 4 matches on this season. Your only loss came to Dickinson, which is the defending Centennial Conference champion. What's enabled WNL to get off to such a great start?
We're a very senior-laden team. We have 7 seniors. We haven't started any freshmen, so we're very well-led team and a lot of upperclassmen, so that's been key to getting a good start.
One of your sophomores has had a great start on the offensive end. Zach Colby has 6 goals on the season. He scored the overtime winner against Stevenson. He had a hat trick against Bethany last weekend. What's enabling Zach and the offense to click so well right now?
Well, Zach has really stepped it up from last year. I think it helps him that people don't know about him now. As the season progresses, people are able to, they know he's up top, so it's getting a little harder for him. But he's very talented. He's worked very hard in the summer to prepare for the team, and he's got a lot of gifts.
This is your 37th season as head coach of your alma mater. When you started back in 1976, did you envision yourself still working on the sideline in 2012?
Well, it's been an interesting journey. Actually, it was unexpected arrival at WNL as the head soccer coach, but I've been here for obviously a while, and there's been a couple opportunities I looked at since I've been here, and I've always comes back to I feel most comfortable coaching Division III, and I think I feel very comfortable at WNL.
Your team opens up ODAC play at Guilford on Saturday. What will the Generals need to do to continue their success in the conference?
We're a work in progress. We're getting better. We defensively, not very good team at this point. Possession-wise, we give the ball up fairly easy. So we have some major things we're trying to develop and upgrade on our team. But the nice thing is, I think, our best soccer definitely lies ahead, and we're going through a transition right now, roster-wise, in terms of starting lineup, and a lot of good things going on. But we have a lot of hard work ahead to be the team we want to be.
Rolf, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck against the Quakers on Saturday.
Thank you.
With me now is Molly Ortiz, senior cross-country captain from Ketchikan, Alaska. Molly, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ketchikan is over 3,000 miles away from Lexington, Virginia. Your sister Louisa is also on the cross-country team. How did the two of you end up coming from Alaska to WNL?
Well, when I was a senior, I really wanted to kind of branch out from my small Alaskan town. So I started looking at colleges kind of in the DC area because I have some family in DC. And I just came across WNL. I just really liked the looks of it from the website and stuff, so I decided to apply. And then I was able to visit here the winter of my senior year. And I fell in love with the campus. I loved the welcoming atmosphere, and I really liked meeting Coach Hoey. So it became one of my top choices, and I came out here. And then Lucy came out. She got to visit me, and she really liked it too. So that's how we ended up out here.
Washington and Lee's off to a great start for the 2012 season. You won the ODAC preview meet in Harrisonburg. You won the WNL Invitational at home this past weekend. Tell us about how the Generals have run so far.
It's been really exciting. It's been a really exciting start. I think even before we started competing, I just had a sense that the team was going to be able to do some really special things this year. Just the energy and the commitment level during preseason was great. We could really tell that people had really committed to summer training, which was awesome. So then, winning the first 2 meets has been great. And then also just being able to experience our team's ability to work in groups out on the course has just been great. It's a really effective tool running alongside people when you're out and you have the tough courses and the big hills. So I think it's going to be something that's going to be really helpful for us in the future.
What are your responsibilities as one of the 3 Generals captains?
Well, along with the other 2 captains, even before the season really started, we had to kind of sit down with our coaches, talk about the team vision for the coming season, talk about team expectations, and then once the season got going, it was my responsibility to kind of set out from the get-go the expectations, communicate them to the underclassmen, to the first-year runners, get going by leading from example. Just coming out with a really committed work ethic, coming out with high energy levels, and just establishing that attitude from the beginning and keeping it going throughout the season.
You have 2 races on the schedule between now and the ODAC Championship. You go to Lehigh in a couple of weeks, Christopher Newport in mid-October. What are your expectations for WNL in those races and all the training sessions in between now and then?
Okay. Well, those races are going to be big races. It's going to be a level of competition that's probably a bit of a step up from what we've seen so far, which is really exciting. And I expect us to fully rise to that challenge. I think Coach Hoey is going to come out with some really great training for us. It's going to be really rigorous, but I think the commitment level is just going to keep on rising. I think we're going to come off of the momentum that we've established so far and just come out, work really hard in the next couple meets. I think it's going to be energizing to have a bigger field, to be running with larger schools and to have bigger crowds, and I think we're really going to rise to that challenge, and it'll be great.
Molly, thanks for being here. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
I'm joined now by M.A. Boles, junior volleyball captain from Houston. M.A., welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Washington and Lee started off 5-3 against a very competitive schedule. How would you rate the Generals' performances so far?
I think we've had a really promising start. We've played some really tough teams, and definitely there were some matches we could have won, but the important thing is for us to peak at the end of the season and be able to beat top teams like Johns Hopkins and Emory right then.
You've already had 2 terrific seasons in a Washington and Lee uniform. You won the ODAC Player of the Year award among many other honors as a sophomore. How does your approach to college volleyball change now that you're one of the Generals' captains?
It's definitely a different mindset. It's been a new, exciting adventure for me, and I've learned a lot. I did a lot of work over the summer with the coaches and Megan, my co-captain, and we really have to think more in the future. So you don't have to necessarily worry about you personally playing in every match, because that's definitely important, but you want to bring the team to your goals in the future and really think ahead. So that's been something we've been working on really hard, and hopefully it'll show through.
You mentioned Megan Molesky, your co-captain, who's a great setter, runs the Washington Lee offense. You've got a lot of very talented young players at the net. What can we expect from the Generals offense as the season goes along?
Absolutely. It's awesome having Megan running the offense as a setter. She's a junior, so she's practically an expert with the Generals volleyball system, and she knows how to set us up to put the ball down. And we have new freshmen coming in, and they're so explosive. We've made a lot of improvements to our system in offense, and we're running a much faster offense, and that'll help us really compete with the tough teams. It'll be exciting.
What will Washington and Lee need to do to compete in the ODAC and in all the other non-conference matches and tournaments you play the rest of the year?
We really have to take every opportunity to get better and really use it. We've been improving a lot, and we have to just keep doing that, and we have to be the best at our system. We can all improve and hopefully do really well.
M.A., thanks for being here. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. The volleyball team will host 3 matches in the Warner Center, starting with a conference contest against Lynchburg on Friday. The Generals have another ODAC match against Randolph on Saturday morning, and they'll meet non-conference foe Averett later in the day. Women's soccer travels to Randolph for an ODAC matchup on Saturday afternoon, while field hockey takes on Kane on a neutral field in Salem. On Saturday evening, men's soccer opens up conference play at Guilford, while football entertains 23rd-ranked Center for its first home game of the year. Men's and women's tennis both travel to Mary Washington for a tournament this weekend. Women's golf will compete at the Hollins Fall Invitational, while the men's team takes part in Bridgewater's Tom Kinder Invite on Sunday and Monday. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.